Hey boys, welcome to some very exciting stuff here. Got some Ashes cricket gameplay. This is going to be a 10 over match, Australia v England. I chose Australia England, obviously the two licensed teams. I'll probably make a video talking about it, but obviously it is the same as like Don Bradman cricket games previous, where they, people can make teams and stuff. And I think Big Ant did a good job with it this year, because although they didn't release the academy, which a bit of a shame, but they didn't release the academy, they actually must have given, I don't know how many people they would have given the game to, but I know one guy in particular, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name, it's like Fredley, something like that, but he always does like excellent work with the play creation, the team creation, and the kits and stuff. So they must have given him like an early copy and let him go for it and like make all the teams. So when I got the game, when you get best, you can actually like, he hasn't done like all the teams. There's a couple of like Big Bash teams missing. He's done like all the IPL teams, like all the big international teams that weren't licensed, like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, West Indies, as a beautiful shot. I mean, I'll talk a bit about the game, my first impressions in a bit here, but just yeah, so he's done like all those teams, the domestic Australia, and like the majority of like the big ones. There's still like a few to do and stuff, but it's a pretty good start. So it's the same as other games. Obviously Australia and England are the only officially licensed, but that means there's still, like it's excellent. So yeah, we're into the game, and that is a fantastic delivery. Mitchell Starc has ripped through Alistair Cook. I think he's the captain in this T20 side. That is just a ripping delivery. It was a beautiful shot from Cook to get off the mark, just to flick off the pads. And that's the thing you'll notice like straight away, is just how much better the animations look. Because like, I'll be perfectly honest, like the game is very similar to Don Bradman cricket 17 and I guess 14 as well, but it just, in my opinion, it just improves upon basically everything. Like I've played it for a bit now, and I haven't really experienced any bugs or glitches at the moment. I'm sure there's gonna be a few like glitches and stuff. I mean, every game that comes out has them, but I haven't noticed anything big at the moment, which is a good sign, because that's something that people always jump on top of if there's any sort of like issue and stuff. As we got the other opener, Stoneman. I've never heard the name before. I don't know if he's meant to be in the team. I actually have no idea. I haven't really kept up with the England T20 side as of late, but it does not sound familiar, so I'm not too sure. But we do have Gary Balance in, and Patrick Cummins is going to come into the attack. And you look at his action, it looks pretty good. Like I think that's pretty lifelike to his proper action. But that is a fantastic shot by young Stoneman here. He's just flicked that over mid-on. So not a great start, but yeah, 10 over match, 1 for 14. It's not a bad start. This one almost scoops to the fielder, but yeah. I also, a thing I noticed, I've got the original controls. So when you like first boot up the game, it gives you the option as a pretty decent pull shot there from Balance, but it gives you the option. You can play with like the new controls, but they call that like the easy mode, which makes sense as a good outside edge. But it's not going to carry to first slip there. But yeah, the new controls where it shows like the pitch marker, and using the buttons as a beautiful off drive straight past David Warner, and it's gonna go into the rope. So a quick outfield at the MCG. I didn't really say that, but we are playing at the MCG. It looks good. I'll get into that in a second here. But what was I talking about? I have no idea what I was just talking about. I completely lost my train of thought right there. What was I just talking about? I have no idea, but that is another fantastic shot. Just that little flick off the pads looks so much better than you know, previous games. But yeah, that again, fantastic. Stoneman over mid-off this time, and you know, I'd say it's a fairly even contest at the moment here. One for 28 into the 4th over. You would say 100 is like a par score. You know, it's a little tricky. As that one's blasted somehow, doesn't pick the sweeper out at point. But yeah, not a bad little partnership here. They're starting to pick it back up. Stoneman was struggling a little bit, but he's starting to find a little bit of touch. That one, not a short ball at all, but Valencia just pulled that away. But I'll touch on the crowd for a second here, because I think they've done an excellent job with the overall atmosphere, the sounds of the game, because it just sounds so much better. You won't really pick it up in this video because, one, I'm going to be talking, and two, I don't have the game volume very loud, but you can actually hear like the crowd chant. I heard them chant like Barmy Army, and you can actually like, you can hear the crowd. Like, it's so cool. They've done an excellent job with that sort of stuff. As a faint outside edge, I go up for the appeal, but it does not carry. I don't know how that didn't carry, but yeah, they've done an excellent job with like the atmosphere. It's cool as well, like the batters have different voices. I will say some of the voices are so weird. Like I actually started like a career mode, and when you play in like club cricket, they just have like random voices, and some of the voices are like so deep and it sounds so funny. But yeah, like the England players have you know, an English accent. You know, you can hear like the keeper, you know, talk like good ball and stuff. I know like there's a bit like, there is like the nice Gary with the Wade line combo, which we won't see here tonight. I don't have Line in the team, but that's you know, it's a neat little thing. But overall, not even like that. It's just a fantastic atmosphere, and it sounds good. As young Adam Zampa into the team. I don't know if I would have put Zampa in, but I still just kept a fairly standard team here. His first ball, he just gets dispatched. I have, it's a pretty attacking field. I wasn't too worried with like switching the field up. I probably should have like put a few more men back. Maybe like mid-off, but yeah, I get it pretty attacking. I just didn't want to bother with it too much to start. But that's a nice little shot again by Balance. He's moved on to 28 here, and a couple of nice shots. That one's just whipped, using a lot of wrist action there. But the action here from Zampa, obviously not really his action, but it's cool that there are like different leg spin actions as well. I think leg spins, there's only, because when you make your career mode player, you can actually choose the technique, and there's only 2 different leg spin actions, which you know, I think is fine. There's a fair few. I didn't see how many off spinners. That is another fantastic shot. So not a great first over from Adam Zampa there. As Coulton Owl, I put him in the team. You know, again, I sort of just chucked him in there. Probably, I don't know, a full strength team, you'd probably have Hazelwood, I guess. But Coulton Owl, pretty handy with the bat as well, so chucked him in. Not a bad start to the over here, but you know, the 1 for 67, I was struggling to pick up wickets, but that one is shot off, a bit of a thick outside edge, and a fantastic catch from Patrick Cummins there at point. And I really like this catch because they haven't taken it one-handed. You'll see it on replay here, just a foolish ball, thick outside edge, just raced off the bat, and you know, it just looks so much better. Like live action, that looked like a nice catch. Like in previous games, they would like catch it one-handed. They would just look very strange catching it. That shot by Root, geez, to get off the mark, what a beautiful shot. Just lofted, not trying to hit it too hard, just straight over mid-off. I just can't get over how nice the animations are. Like that, yeah, like I said, the gameplay is very similar, but just the overall improvements, I think are huge. I think the game just feels and it looks a lot better. That was a decent ball. It was just a bit of a thick outside edge. I think I remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about the controls. you can, yeah, I'm pretty sure I was talking about that. You can choose at the start, and I went with like the previous. It's a beautiful shot. It was a pretty good over by Zampa, but the last ball goes for 6 to ruin it. But you can choose. So yeah, the new controls where you've got like the buttons and the left analog stick controls the direction. That is like the easy mode, and then the default, like what I'm doing now, like previous Don Bradman games, that's sort of the I guess medium to hard difficulty. That's like your default settings, and I just prefer. I sort of just prefer. I didn't try the new controls, but I don't really feel the need to go back to like the old style of cricket controls. I think it's good that they put them in there for like new players to the game, just so they can get into it a bit easier. But yeah, I like the default controls. I think they work well. But Joe Root here, he's having an absolute field day. He's carving us up. That is a fantastic little late cut there. 20 off 5 now. 3 fours in a row. Glenn Maxwell, pick it up, son. That is not going to help our cause. That is lofted. It could be a catch, actually. It's almost... Somehow, he hasn't got round to it. Good effort on the outfield, but... Yeah, not a great over so far. But that is a beautiful ball. We finally picked the wicket up. Joe Root. He came in, scored some quick runs, which is obviously ideal. And, you know, just trying to be a little fancy here. Probably should have just gone bang again, but he's trying to be a little fancy, run it down to third man. Just played a little bit inside it and just cleans up off stump. So a nice wicket. We've only got 3 wickets. Our last over here is going to be Mitchell Marsh to bowl out. I probably should have bowled out Mitchell Stark and saved an over, but his first ball is going to go for 6. Balance is just on fire. He hasn't had much of the strike since Root got in, but that is a good shot. Straight over mid-wicket there. So, not a great start. This one, lofted again. It's going to be 6 again. No, it's just going to be on short. Almost a catch, but the target is getting up there. Balance gets his 50 off 23 balls, so pretty good. Pretty good effort, I would say. And yeah, it seems like the AI, I haven't really touched on this, but the AI batting seems pretty solid. Like, this one somehow doesn't roll onto the stumps, but that is going to be the end of their innings. That's Balance's wagon wheel. Pretty nice stuff all around the ground, which is good to see. But it seems like the AI, like difficulty and sort of batting mentality is pretty solid. Like, I think I just have this on pro difficulty. There's a lot of like difficulty settings. You can like change the batting, bowling, and this the overall AI, which is like last game. So just the default settings here, and they're, you know, batted pretty well, like a decent total. But we do have Usman and David Warner, hopefully getting us off to a good start. I mean, 115 required is a big score. I mean, we can't really afford too many quiet overs, but that is a fantastic shot. David Warner, 94 meter 6 over mid off, just in the slot. He's pitched it up, a little bit of swing away, but just a half volley, just easy pickings there for David Warner. And you know, it's a pretty, they have to keep like most of the field up, so good chances. That is, I love that animation. I love that pull shot animation. It just looks natural. I keep talking about it, but yeah, that looked a little strange. That is the one shot that does look a little weird. Like if the ball's a bit like on like leg side, and you like, I didn't really mean to play it offside, but if you play it offside, it does look a little strange like that. But that's like the only thing that looks a little weird, and I mean, that's just my own fault really. As Kawaja here getting into the action with 132 meter 6. Just advancing down the pitch to Stuart Broad and just whacking it over mid-wicket. And the field there, I didn't mention this, but I think most people know that they do have the field mini-map is back, which I think is just a good thing, because it just speeds the game up a little bit. As that is a beautiful shot through the covers, over pitch by, who was bowling here? Wokes, I think it is. But yeah, just over pitched, full toss really, and he's just whacked it. Plenty of room out there. As yeah, it is Chris Wokes coming into the attack, and I think his action is a little bit different as well, like different at Anderson's and Broad. So there are like a lot of unique and different bowling animations. Like it adds to the authenticity of the game. As Usman Khawaja using his feet again, that's the shot of the night. 94 meters, not as big as his other one, but that just straight as a die, just straight over the umpire's hat. Fantastic stuff. As Moeen Ali into the crease, David Warner lining him up over square leg, just not holding back here. You know, we have to keep the runs up. Like we're not blitzing it yet. I haven't lost any wickets though, which is definitely the positive. But Warner Khawaja, Warner's killing it at the moment. He's gone for the switch hit. The switch hit is in the game. It's cool too. I think it's fantastic. As Moeen Ali again, Warner the switch hit. He's whacked it. That is a big shot. There's a man back though, and he's done exceptionally well. I was gobsmacked right there because he must have like flicked it back, like caught it over the rope and like flicked it back, which is actually awesome. So good. So the fielding is obviously improved a lot as well. Like he didn't just take it over for 6, he pushed it back, which is awesome. And then Usman Khawaja, no, it's David Warner, 36 now. Big shot over cover to bring up the 50-run partnership, and we're going along pretty nicely here, as we might have bitten off a bit more than we could chew there. You know, trying to keep the pressure on, and I was actually I wasn't hoping to lose a wicket, but I sort of was at the same time, because I wanted to see Steve Smith come into bat, because obviously, like, he was actually at the mocap studio, and his animation is like completely into the game. We did cross though, so Usman is going to be on strike. He hasn't really had much of the strike at all, but he's had a couple of nice hits. And make that 3. That is a fantastic flick off the hip. Jimmy Anderson just straight into leg side there. You just can't bowl it. And what a shot. Usman Khawaja. As Steve Smith, and you'll see there, he did the little shuffle across the off stump. Now, the first few balls I played with Smith, I thought that, I was like, what the hell, am I like moving across? But then I remembered that, of course, it's Steve Smith's like animation, so he just has this like little, like natural like step across his stumps, which is awesome. It's like I said, it just adds a lot to the game, and it just makes it feel a lot better, really. But he's come up and he's looking pretty good so far, Smith. And this time, you know, so much room over there. I just had to pick it out. It's going to be a good 6 over cover. Moeen Ali taken to a little bit here. Into his second over, none for 23. Smith is 14. Khawaja is going along nicely, as this one just a sneaky single, a little risky, but good running there by Khawaja. And what about that for a shot? What about that for a shot? That just looks exactly like Smith's cut shot. Just the expansive, like, just flick, I guess, like just the way he played it just looks good, man. It just looks good. Just belted it over gully. Didn't quite go for 6, but a great shot nonetheless. And beautiful cover drive this time for another 4. Don't mind if I do. So we're, you know, the batting so far has probably felt easier than the bowling. I mean, both teams have batted very, very well. Both teams have struggled to pick up wickets. And that one's wicked off the pads. It was a beautiful shot for 1 run. As Khawaja finally getting some strike. He's every time he's got a chance, he's just belting them all over the park. He's hit like, what's that, 4 6s now in his 26. So I mean, he's dealing in 6s, and he's batting beautifully. Chris Wokes, he's having a rough night at the MCG here, as this time sort of inside out over cover, and we pretty much have this game wrapped up right now. Where you know, we're batting too well, as who is this, Stuart Board coming in, going inside out again over point region. So yeah, I mean like my first impressions of the game, like I said, it's similar. Like it's the gameplay is obviously very similar to previous Don Bradmans, but it just improves upon pretty much everything. As that shot, beautiful shot again. Like it looks like a Smith type shot, just the way, just that the shot over mid on, just like he keeps his bat like straight here. Like it just looked like a Smith shot. I don't know how to describe it. You see his like little animations at the crease there as well. Again, going over that point area, we're just exploiting the field here, and you know, not great bowling from Stuart Broad, in all honesty, as he comes in, and Khawaja this time trying to go big. He is gonna hole out to the man at mid off. So you know, it was a bit of slow ball. So good bowling there by Broad. Just you know, saw that we were going big, held it back a bit, and picked out the man. So we come in here with who was it? I think it was Smith again. Belts that one for 6, and I think the scores are level now. Switch hit. So obviously Smith has the switch hit animation as well, which some people might be like, he doesn't switch hit, but it's still cool. It's still a cool shot, as he's gone whack over square leg, just waited for the ball. That's a big 6, so that's a big win. Australia v England, a 10 over match, and we've done it pretty comfortably in the end. You know, England got a decent score. We only lost 2 wickets, but you know, it wasn't easy, but we definitely batted pretty well. We didn't bowl that good, but we batted excellent. Steve Smith, man of the match. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this look at Ashes cricket. There's going to be a lot of Ashes cricket. There's going to be series, obviously a career mode. I'll do some other stuff as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Look forward to more in the future, and I'll see you in the next one.